This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening, a group of Siesta Key residents is pushing to make one of the busiest roads on the Key much safer. There have been numerous car wrecks on Siesta Drive, including a fatal crash just earlier this month. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us live from Siesta Key with more tonight. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, a lot of folks around here, they say this road is just too dangerous, and they're looking for some solutions now. The numbers are startling. Around 24 car crashes on or near Siesta Drive over the last 2 years. Folks from the Bay Island Siesta Association have formed the Make Siesta Drive Safer Committee because of these accidents.
There has been a number of accidents since we moved here just 3 years ago. And there seems to be an uptick in the amount of alcohol usage, which I think is resulting in accidents on that curve.
The curve Dee Reams is talking about is at Siesta Drive and Heigl Avenue. Just 2 weeks ago, a 29-year-old man from Bradenton was killed at that curve when the driver of the vehicle he was in failed to negotiate a turn in the road and struck a tree. Alcohol is believed to be a factor in that crash. Residents tell us there's been at least one fatal crash around Siesta Drive each year over the last couple of years. Shirley Wolf has lived near the Siesta Drive Bridge, which is down the road from the dangerous curve. She's glad people like former Sarasota County and City Commissioner Nora Patterson, as well as one of the current candidates for City Commission, are coming together to address the issue.
We really noticed a change in the last year with a lot more traffic, a lot more speeding. We've had, in the time we've lived at the house, 3 accidents right in front of our house.
One of the things a lot of folks will be pushing for is lowering the speed limit. Right now, it's 40 miles per hour throughout most parts of Siesta Drive. People who live around here say many of the cars are driving a lot faster than that. The committee is also looking into adding crosswalks and flashing lights on Siesta Drive, as well as having more law enforcement present and pushing for a ban on alcohol on the nearby beaches. Neighbors tell us at least 42 trees have been lost at a park near the curve because of these crashes.
The other issue is the humpback bridge, where the visibility lines are too short, and hopefully the state will replace it with a flat bridge.
We did reach out to the Florida Department of Transportation, and they tell us a request can be made for a traffic and safety study, which would take a closer look at Siesta Drive. And this group says they will continue to meet. Their next meeting is in 2 weeks. Reporting live from Siesta Key, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. New details tonight on a fall that left a man injured on the job in Venice this morning. It happened at the Tires Plus store on the Venice bypass. The fire department says the man was working on a tire storage platform about 10 feet off the ground when he lost his footing. He was flown to Sarasota Memorial Hospital for further treatment and is now in stable condition. A small brush fire caused evacuations and road closures this afternoon in Manatee County. Crews were called to Piney Point Road near US 41 around 3 o'clock this afternoon for a hazmat situation. The fires broke out around a large pile of sulfur at Port Manatee. Nearby buildings were evacuated as a precaution. The fire was contained and extinguished, and all roads were reopened just before 7 o'clock this evening. There are now 110 wildfires burning throughout the state as the dry conditions continue. So far, the fires have burned 23,000 acres, destroying 27 homes. In all, 2,000 people have been asked to evacuate at various times. The Florida Forest Service says with no significant rain in the forecast over the next week, conditions are expected to get worse.
Be extremely careful because lightning's coming, so we know we're going to have a lot of fires there. Be very careful. Now's not the time to burn your yard trash. That can wait. It can sit there until it rains.
Manatee County is one of 3 counties under extreme fire danger, along with Hernando and Lee counties. Another dozen counties are under very high fire danger. And for more on that dry weather, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. And we had a little bit of rainfall this evening across parts of South Sarasota County. Not a lot to help out with the matter in terms of the drought conditions. And you can see we have the showers still lingering, but just about over there near Northport and Port Charlotte. A little bit of light rain occurring there along I-75 and a live sweep of the radar. Not indicating anything else going on, but most of that action now winding on down due to the loss of the daytime heating. Currently, We have generally fair skies right now. Still warm, 74, muggy out there a bit. Humidity at 73%, west to southwest winds at 8, and the pressure still pretty high, 30-10. Lows tonight under generally fair skies will be in the low to mid 60s. 64 in Inglewood. Venice will be down around 66 degrees to start things off on Tuesday morning. The same in Bradenton at 66. Parrish a bit cooler at 63. Anna Maria will be at 68 degrees. Well, more on our rain chances and whether they'll be increasing coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A $50,000 reward is now being offered for information leading to the arrest of a man who posted a video of the killing of an elderly man on Easter Sunday on Facebook. A nationwide search is now underway to find him. ABC's Emily Rao is in Cleveland with more.
Found me somebody I'm about to kill. I want to kill this guy right here.
Robert Godwin Sr.'s daughter, one of 10 kids, can't watch the gruesome video circulated on social media of her father's death.
I didn't even want to look at the video because I didn't want that to be the last remembrance of my father I had.
It shows 37-year-old Steve Stevens getting out of his car, approaching Godwin, and what's next, too graphic to show.
Steve, if you're out there listening, call someone, whether it's a friend or family member or pastor, give them a call because they're waiting on you to call them.
Police say there's no rhyme or reason for why this happened.
You know, one of our citizens here in the city minding his own business, going about his day on Easter.
Stevens did name a woman in the video. She is now cooperating with police. He also spoke of financial trouble.
I lost everything. I lost everything I had, man.
But a college classmate says this is not the man she knew.
The person that I knew 15 years ago, I could not imagine killing someone for any other reason other than, like in self-defense or something.
A cell phone ping and reported sighting in Pennsylvania suggests Stevens may have left Ohio, but police say they don't know for sure. The video of the shooting was on Facebook for more than 2 hours before it was taken down. Today, the social media giant saying it needs to do better. Emily Rao, ABC News, Cleveland, Ohio.
Meanwhile, local law enforcement departments are using social media platforms including Facebook to gather evidence and catch criminals right here at home. They say posts on Facebook have led to the most arrests both locally and nationwide, followed by videos on YouTube. Pinging a cell phone or just checking someone's profile can help an investigation since information is readily available and it is changing the criminal justice system.
Before, maybe someone just told their best friend or they told their neighbor, so they were publicizing this to one or two people. Chance of that getting back to law enforcement or becoming an issue in the case was pretty slim. Now it's being publicized or broadcast to thousands of people.
If you see a crime on social media, law enforcement says first, call 911 and look for descriptive details if they're live streaming, including street signs that may be in that video or unique characteristics of that person. One man is dead and 2 others are in the hospital tonight after the Army helicopter they were in crashed during a training exercise. The UH-60 Black Hawk went down in Leonardtown, Maryland this afternoon. Witnesses say the chopper looked like it was spinning out of control and then stalled before hitting the ground.
And my brother made a comment, look how low it is, and then I said, oh my God, it's going sideways, and then it started to go backwards, and I said, it's going down. And
one of the survivors is in serious condition. The other is in critical condition. They're both in the hospital. That crash is under investigation. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, North Korea threatening to test more missiles more frequently as the White House sends a warning. And keeping Florida waters cleaner, what Governor Scott is requesting to help improve water quality around Lake Okeechobee.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No smile.
I mean, really moves me.
One.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Well, Bob, a warm day, but a nice night.
Not a bad start to a Monday.
Right.
It looks
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah. I ran into a few light rain showers this evening.
Okay.
Driving down, yes, down I-75 in South Sarasota County. There were a few around. It was pleasant to see. I got to use my wipers for the first time in a long time. Anyways, a webcam showing some high clouds that moved in earlier caused for a nice sunset this evening. Time lapse showing that action quite clearly. A nice pink sky after the sun dipped below the horizon. And a nice photo sent in from Sydney Desmond. This was from the Ringling Bay, a little party there watching the sunset. Appreciate those photos and keep them coming. Weather headlines, mainly dry work week, so it's going to stay relatively dry. There'll be a few passing showers like we saw this evening, especially in the southern portions of our viewing area. And then temperatures will be slightly above the average. Now, coastal locations will be pretty close to average as that sea breeze kicks in and cools things down. And then a chance of rain comes Sunday and Monday. There's a weak frontal system that'll come down, and on that front, a low pressure will develop, mainly east of our area. So unfortunately, it's not going to be close enough to stick around and bring us a good chance for rainfall, but there'll be a few showers on Sunday and Monday now, it appears. Well, there are a lot more than just a few showers near Dallas and Houston earlier today, as a little disturbance there is bringing some rainfall. For us, just a smattering of showers this afternoon as a result of the daytime heating, really. Most of that activity now winding down and will continue to do so, and those clouds will thin out as we look for generally fair skies overnight. And you can see one or two lone showers here and there, just a few brief showers. Currently, it's mostly fair, 74 at the airport, and the dew point temperature at 65, so that's pretty high. And that means our lows overnight will be into the mid-60s for the most part. West to southwest winds at 8, and the pressure now 30-10 high, and that is rising at this hour. The temperature, the high today at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport is 84, a few degrees above the average of 81 degrees, not close to the record. And we're below average for the year, 7.28 inches at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. One of the driest of winters and springs on record. Tuesday's forecast looks to be pretty good. A little bit more cloudiness late in the day. A chance, a very small chance for a few isolated showers. And high temperatures will be, as I said, in the low 80s right near the coast, mid to upper 80s as you press inland away from the water and away from the sea breeze. Those winds will be generally out of the east to start the morning off, and they'll pick up out in the coastal locations, but it will turn around more to a westerly direction in the late afternoon and evening, and then switch back around to the east as a steady area of high pressure continues to hang off right over North Florida right now. That high pressure ridge through Wednesday will keep us generally fair with a few isolated showers each and every day like we saw last week, keeping all the moisture and storminess well to the west and north of us right through much of this week. And then, as I mentioned, a front will come down on Saturday and then stall across north central Florida on Sunday. A little area of low pressure will develop along it, and it will eventually sweep a weak cold front our way. But for the time being, things stay rather tranquil here along the Sun Coast. Some showers I mentioned over Texas now, and clouds, and some big storms firing up near Brownsville due to some very warm temperatures there. And out west, the same old story goes true for them too. They get too much rainfall. We could use a little trade-off there with the rain being strong out west. Right now it's 36 in Toronto, Buffalo at 42, 58 in Pittsburgh, Indianapolis warmer, 60, and the same temperature now in Salt Lake City, a few degrees warmer in Denver, and right now it is 65 in Dallas, 58 in Oklahoma City, and Atlanta at 71. The forecast looks like this for boaters. We'll see generally winds out of the east to start the day off, and then switching around to the northwest at 10 knots. Seas will be running 2 feet or less, and the next tides, a low tide at 1:09 in the morning, a high tide at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Only a 2-tide day tomorrow, and sunrise will be at 7:02. Well, the forecast shapes up to be pretty nice tonight. Mostly fair, warm, 64 for a low. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny and just a few clouds, and along with a few isolated showers late in the afternoon. That 83 is for coastal locations, 86 if you're east of the interstate. And then the rain chances slowly increasing. By Sunday, they go up to a whopping 30%. Not all that high, but still higher than we've seen lately. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. In Washington, more warnings for North Korea as Vice President Mike Pence meets with officials just across the border. During today's Easter egg roll at the White House, President Trump told reporters that his message to North Korean officials is they need to behave after their failed efforts to test a missile over the weekend. During a visit to the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea, Vice President Pence says that the Trump White House may not show the restraint of past administrations.
All options are on the table. North Korea would do well not to test his resolve or the strength of the armed forces of the United States in this region.
North Korea is accusing the White House of pushing the situation to the brink of war. They're pledging to conduct a missile test on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. At the state capitol, Governor Rick Scott is asking state legislators to set aside $200 million in the budget to help fix a dike and improve water conditions around Lake Okeechobee. The funding would go toward fixing the Herbert Hoover Dike, which Scott says would help improve water quality in South Florida. It would help prevent polluted water and algae from getting into surrounding rivers.
If we can start working to fix the dike, we can help solve a lot of the water issues we have seen with Lake O. Repairing the dike is key to enhancing the water quality in South Florida, and I'm going to be very aggressive at doing whatever we can to protect our environment.
Governor Scott says his goal is to have the dike completely repaired by 2022. Meanwhile, the State House and Senate are meeting to go over a new gambling deal making its way through the legislature. The Senate has passed a bill that would allow slot machines at dog and horse tracks in 8 counties outside of South Florida. It would also allow the Seminole tribe to offer craps and roulette at its casinos. The House measure would allow the tribe to keep its slot machines and blackjack tables in South Florida for 20 years, but would not allow them to offer additional games. The two sides have about 3 weeks left in this year's session to reach an agreement. Sports is next. We'll be right back.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news.
The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community driven.
Haley Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful.
Stephanie's my favorite. I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
I'm Alan Cohn. Cities versus the state. Florida lawmakers are considering taking authority away from local governments. How could it impact the Suncoast?
Tomorrow on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's Best of Winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
First time ever, this Saturday, April 22nd, 7 p.m. DeSoto Speedway. Koch Chevrolet's Night of Destruction, presented by attorney James Carter. School bus, figure eight racing, the Gunslinger Monster Truck, a demolition derby, and much more. Tickets on sale now. Go to tourofdestruction.com for info. Thanks to Steps Towing. Be there.
Now, sports.
An annual tradition in Boston today is 30,000 people competed in the 121st Boston Marathon. It was a historic race as the first woman ever to run the race returned to the starting line once again. ABC's Lindsay Davis has her story.
This morning, Catherine Switzer was one of the more than 13,000 women running the Boston Marathon.
Hi, everybody. It's Catherine Switzer.
50 years ago, she was the only one. Back in 1967, the Boston Marathon was an all-male race. Women were considered too fragile to run the distance. This Syracuse co-ed secretly registered as KV Switzer to hide her gender, taking the course in a sea of men until the marathon director was alerted about a woman in the race.
And I turned, and he grabbed me. He screamed at me, "Get the hell out of my race."
Her boyfriend then pushed that race director off the road.
I realized if I quit that race, nobody would believe women deserved to be there or that they could do the distance.
And that she did, finishing in 4 hours and 20 minutes. This afternoon, surrounded by members of 261 Fearless, the running club she created to empower women, she crossed the finish line again. And while they retired her bib number tonight, she has no plans of doing the same.
She looks amazing, and what a pace she has set for all the women runners to come. As far as the race winners, Kenyan Jeffrey Kirui was the first fastest man, finishing in 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 37 seconds. Edna Kiplagat, also from Kenya, won the women's race in just under 2 hours, 22 minutes. Congrats to them. And just a little bit down the road from the marathon, the Tampa Bay Rays took on the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park this afternoon. A good start to the game, with the Rays loading up the bases early on. Top of the first, Corey Dickerson gets the Rays on the board first after Brad Miller hits a ground-out ball. The lead doesn't last long, though. The Red Sox come back in the third to bring the score 3-2. They capped it off by striking out Evan Longoria and end the game with a win 4-3 over the Rays. A 17-year-old student at IMG Academy is heading to her first professional tournament. Kanyant, I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correct, Saithip, made par on the second playoff hole at the Sarah Bay Classic qualifier today in Sarasota to earn a spot in the Symetra Tour tournament this weekend. Saithip has been playing golf for 7 years now. She's been training at IMG for the past 5 years. She says she is excited and cannot wait to play. The first round of the Sarah Bay Classic is on Friday at the Sarah Bay Country Club. The tournament ends on Sunday. Good luck to her. And check this out. It wasn't a peaceful Easter at the Nationals game in Washington, D.C. over the weekend. A race among the presidents, which is a tradition there, was interrupted by several college mascots and even the Easter Bunny. Teddy Roosevelt was an easy choice to win the race at first, but then, as you see here, he gets tackled by the Easter Bunny. Screech, the Nationals mascot, ended up winning the race. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers right after this.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
A family in South Carolina actually almost had a new roommate after finding an unexpected visitor on their porch. The Polston family thought someone was breaking into their Mount Pleasant home when they found a 9-foot, 200-pound gator knocking at their door. Look at this thing. The gator climbed a 15-foot staircase, broke a screen, and then walked through a doorway to reach the porch. And then rearrange the furniture. How could you not if you're that size? Wildlife officials say he was probably trying to make his way back to a breeding pond that had recently been fenced in. He just didn't know where to go. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, you may have been part of history. This is a more gentle creature we're going to get to now. If you watch this event on Saturday, YouTube says the live stream of April the giraffe giving birth was the second most live viewed channel in the website's history. The live stream had more than 232 million live views and 7.6 billion minutes of live viewing since February. It came second to the League of Legends esports, which has been around since 2012. Animal Adventure Park owner Jordan Patch says the baby is healthy and April is recovering, quote, perfectly. We were waiting so long. Everyone, right? Everyone's like, "Is this giraffe not pregnant, or what's the deal?" But
I went to it a couple times, and I just got tired of it, so I just waited to see it on video.
Right. So I would write. Yeah, I was going to wait. But every time I would log on to Facebook, you know, they say like they suggest stuff for you, and they kept wanting to push me to go watch the video. But Toys R Us.
Really, a lot of people did.
A lot of people did, and Toys R Us sponsored it, so they cashed in. I'm sure.
Over 200 million people. That's pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing.
Yes, pretty amazing is the dry weather we've been seeing here.
So dry.
Just a few brief showers earlier today. That's been about it. The temperature staying warm, slightly above average, and tomorrow looks to be pretty good. Just a few late day showers.
All right. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.